And I hope that y'all have enjoyed everything so far that you've seen on our primitive salt box and willows day, fun Friday. Welcome on in to Craft Around the Clock. If you're watching me from YouTube, welcome there as well. Yeah, one little piece here. There we go. Now you should be able to see me. I had to do that fast and moved the camera a little bit on the YouTube. Sorry about that. All right, I think we got it now. I think we're good now. All right, come on in. Welcome on in this afternoon. Good to see everybody. So I'm Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Welcome on in. Hey, Jody. Hey, Tracy. Welcome on in. I hope y'all have had a fun time today. We've had some great things today. So come on in and join us. I'll grab this brush. And I was helping with our high school reunion, so I run in on a flash today. Come on in here, say hello. Y'all tell me hello and all the good things, all the good things. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So we are going to use these blocks. We're going to make some little salt box houses. And Mr. Sweetie felt good enough yesterday to kind of help me a little bit. So he did help me cut these out. I would have never been able to get the angle on them like he did. He did great with it. So we're going to paint them up, and I have got Candy Apple Red, and that's a Paint Pixie Candy Apple Red. And I wanted mine to be a little bit more of the crimson vintage, kind of the more of that look. So I put a little bit of black with it. So we're going to have to mix a little bit more than this. But I'm going to put a little black here to the side. I'm going to put a little bit more red. And I got more of that color. So I like that better. So welcome on in. Y'all be sure and float those hearts today. If you're watching me on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a heart there. Y'all, for some reason, my camera moved again. I apologize. I've got it. It's set the same thing it always is set, but for some reason it wants to act a little crazy today. You know, it's in the mood for a Friday. There we go. That should work. Now you can see. You couldn't see me. Hey, good to see you. All right, welcome on in. I'm so glad that you got to join us today for primitives. I love primitives and I love the salt box, like all those things. So we're going to get some painting done. That's going to be our first thing that we're going to get done is our painting. And we're going to go ahead and do that. I've got 3 sizes houses. I went ahead and put a coat on here. It doesn't have to be a perfect coat because you're going to be kind of making it, chip it off just a little bit and make it a little bit more of that primitive look. So I don't worry about it being perfection. Let's see if we can get enough black in here in our red and get that mixed up again. So if you mix paints, just keep what you started so that you can try to get it back to that color. I think I'm going to get a better stick. I don't like that one. Let me get a better one. A little thicker stick here. Let's get this one. All right, there we go. So I was helping decorate for our 50th reunion. Can y'all believe? Do I look like I've been out of high school for 50 years? I don't, do I? I guess I do. It's all good. So I'm just mixing that black and try to get that color back. And we'll paint it and see if we've got it pretty close. If not, we'll mix some more paint. But I think that's pretty close. And that looks a little bit more like a primitive color to me than that red. So don't be afraid to mix your paints. Never be afraid to mix your paints. So I didn't expect as much traffic as we had coming back. I had coming back home today. Usually there's not that much traffic, but it was a lot of traffic today. Okay, I'm going to use our same brush I used before. It's okay if it has some water in it, it'll work. Let me grab a paper towel or two. Let's get that. And I'll get a little water out. But it's not going to hurt it to mix a little water with it. So, how are you doing today? Hey, Crafting with Shelly. Hey, Chris. Hey, Pat and Janet. Good to see you today. So if you're not a member of Craft Round the Clock, you can join that free. And we have some friends that are in our event this weekend, yet today and tomorrow, that are not Craft Round the Clock host, but we like to invite the community to come in. So we're excited that they're with us, and we welcome all of them as well. Now, y'all, this wood is pretty dry, so it is going to take a little bit to get it painted. We won't worry about those backs. As long as we have a good coat on here, we probably will sand it a little bit. Now, if you wanted to put a black coat of paint underneath here, you could do that as well. Sometimes they do that. We will put a different color roof. But see how they just cut like that. Okay? We're going to make it work. So we love doing some community with crafters that are not hosts in Craft Round the Clock. We welcome them to visit with us. So I hope that you will watch them as well. Give them a warm welcome. And we've already had some great ideas that I could watch. So I was going against the traffic, I thought, for school, but it still was a lot of traffic. There's just a lot of traffic on the roads these days, a lot more than usual. And I had to go back roads. I couldn't go interstate to where I went because I only live a city over. All right, let's get this one painted. This paint's going on pretty well. You see the color? It's kind of a burgundy, but it's still going to be a pretty color. It's still going to look like a primitive color. That's going to take most of the time. It's just the painting. So how are you doing today? Thank you, Jackie. He did have a shot, but they only gave him a local shot. It's been a big mix-up. He's supposed to have gotten a different shot. Now they're sending us somewhere else on Monday. It's just, it's crazy. So we just need to keep telling you, pray for him. But he is feeling a little bit better, but he is taking his pain medicine. And so the doctor that he had to go see sent him to a place over here close to our house. He kept calling them. And finally they said they do take walk-ins. So he went down there and they sent him somewhere else, saying they couldn't do it today. And then they didn't even give him the shot he needed. And then now they've sent us back across town to the place we started with at the hospital. So it's been a very big mix-up and a very big crazy something. So we are just going to pray that he gets the help he needs and feels better soon. All right, we got that one. Let's get this one. This one didn't take too long. That's why I went ahead and did the back so that we wouldn't have to just paint on everything. Take a little bit less time doing all that painting. Hopefully we're going to have enough paint here. It is a little thick. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there and see if that'll help move it to where I can use what we've got. Maybe we won't have to mix anymore. So you can always put a little water in your paint and get it to move a little bit. You can also wet your brush. So don't be afraid to, if you need some water, kind of thin something out, because chalk paint does not mind water. Almost got them done. A little ooky in that paint. Let's get this on. Let's get those dry, and then I can get that other side. Those are looking good. Those are looking good. So I think they're cute. Hey, Jeanette's Twin Creek Creations. How are you today? Hey, Beverly. Hey, my sweet home living. How are you? Hey, Miss Tracy. Is it Y or Way Jones? You're new to my channel. Well, welcome on in. Good to meet you. Hope that you'll hit that subscribe button. I'm Sheila. I like to do all kinds of styles of crafting. They had me do a flower arrangement while I was there today. It wasn't a hard one. She was just going to put them in the vase, and she said, and I said, oh, I'll cut them off a little bit and everything and make them some different heights. And so we just played with it. It looked good. Hey, Mary T, how are you? Thank you for those hearts. Thank you, Jackie. Yes, that's the important thing. And so if we can go ahead and we'll go back to the hospital on Monday, hopefully to get him a shot. I hope they don't say something else again. It's, y'all, healthcare is the pits. It is the pits. Hey, Crafting with Shelly's Designs, how are you? Hey, Beverly. Hey, Craft Crazy Company, how my crazy friend? I'm gonna get this one dry enough where I can touch it and get the side of this done. Then we'll work on our roofs. Then we'll put some little windows and things on and make them look cute, cute. I've got to go back and replay some people, but I do that. I like to stay up some nights and I will sit and watch videos. So I catch up a lot of times. I don't get to see people. I was going to go to lunch with some of the girls, but I was afraid I would run late. So I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and head toward the home. And I'm glad I did, y'all, with the traffic as bad as it was. But today's Friday, and it's always busy on Friday. You need a little bit more light. Will that help? Okay. Maybe that'll help. There you go. So if you're not a member of Craft Around the Clock and you watch me from somewhere else or on my page, you can join that group free. You just need to answer some questions. Make sure you give your Facebook a good update so you have it all where you can get notices and things like that and have it all up to date. Okay, y'all, these are looking good. So I think we'll be good on this, and we'll get our black and go ahead and do our tops. I'm going to move these to the side a little bit. Okay. These are just 2x4s. They were little 2x4s. And my husband tilted and cut these on a 45-degree angle. That's how he got that top like that. I would not have known to do that. So I learned something new, that's for sure. I'm going to get this right here. It was a little light right there. Get that. These are our tops. And these are just a piece of scrap wood, y'all. They're just scrap wood. That's all that is. We're going to paint these in black. I'm going to paint those up. A black top. And I just did the one side. I didn't do them two-sided. We just did them on an angle. And then we're just going to paint these to go on top. That's the way we're going to do those today. Let's get a little water in one of our brushes. This one's a little softer. Let's get it. And I'm painting the black is Licorice. Licorice. Get that painted on. Welcome to my YouTube friends. Y'all give me a thumbs up there and a heart. I appreciate that. So this is a pretty black. I love this black color. And I am using Paint Pixie paints, which are a lower odor paint because they're made from the earth. So they use all kinds of plants and flowers and vegetables to make the paint. So it's a more natural paint. So it doesn't have a strong paint odor to it. So if paint bothers you or you have a problem, this is the paint for you for sure. Because it is, and it goes on well. It goes on usually one coat. So it does cover very well. I'm going to paint that and go to this one. So that's most of our, with this, is painting. Hey, my Jamie, how are you? Hey, Aletta. Hey, Jeannie's Palette. If you see my friends on here and see their name, go give them a follow. It doesn't cost you a thing to follow them. And they would appreciate it. And it helps our algorithm get out there. When you follow us and share us out, So y'all can share me, sweeten the tea, all those good things today. I did get a little coffee stain. We might use some of it. I was warming my coffee stain, and I keep mine in the refrigerator. You can use distilled water and keep it out a little bit longer, but if you leave it out all the time, sometimes it will mold depending what's in your water. So a lot of times I'll just go ahead and use distilled water in mine, and that way I don't have to worry about it. But I usually still keep it in the refrigerator. It just does better if you'll keep it in the refrigerator. Okay, let's paint this one, then we'll go back to those. So these are just little pieces of wood. We just cut these out really easy. I know, I'm just hoping I stay well, because I'm going to tell you, you get the runaround these days. And if you don't know, a lot of doctors work with other doctors now, so they want you to go to, you know, these different places and keep paying copays. And I'm sure they, you know, it's hard for them too sometimes because of all the legislature and all the things that they have to go through. So it can be, I'm sure, trying for everybody, but it can be a little crazy. Just hang in there, keep praying that we see some relief soon for that. Hey, Shannon from Rosebrook Cottage. Kiss the cat good night. Hey, how are you today? Get these dry, we'll get this other edge done, and we'll have all this done. Now you could put little staples in it if you want to, but I'm just going to use glue. All right. That was still a little wet right there on that edge, so let's just get these on dry. To dry them a little bit more. Trying to keep from having to dry too much because it is loud. Okay, that one's good. If you didn't want to paint these, you could just use a piece of wood and put you some stain on it. Totally up to you what you want to do, how you want to use it. You can find all kinds of ideas on Pinterest. If you don't know how to do them, go look up on Pinterest. And I do have a Pinterest that you can follow, the same name, Sweetie's Creations and Decor. And you can find, that's where I get a lot of inspiration, is from Pinterest. I'm going to leave my brush there in case I need to touch that up. Let's see. This one feels pretty dry. All right. So I think we will put some coffee stain on it, but I'm going to go ahead and sand it a little bit on the edges. That one doesn't look dry right there. Let's dry that up a little bit. And then I think I'll put my coffee stain on, and that'll kind of cover where the wood comes off too. I think that's what I'm going to like to do. I think I'm going to do this first. And this is just a look. You'll sand here first. Then you'll sand a little bit here. I know we just painted it. Now we're sanding it off. That's just the look. That's what you do. Sand this. And you're just pulling some of that paint back off. That's just the look that we want for primitive. And you kind of have a mess too, but that's okay. All right, I like that. I'm going to put the roof on that part. Okay, let's do a little bit. That looks good. That looks good. We may sand a little bit more off, but I think we're going to leave that right now just like that. Then you just have this look. Isn't that pretty? And we'll do these, and then we'll get our coffee stain out. This one feels a little bit wet as well. Let me get this a little dry. I missed a place right there, but that's okay. That's right where we're going to sand, and it'll be fine. Feels dry. You can sand a little or more, whatever you want to do. You want pretty rough. You want a pretty rough piece to sand with. So this is a higher grit that I've got in this one. If my friends are watching me, hello, hello. If I just spent time with you and you're watching me, thank you so much. All right, I'll get this part right here. I'm going to get this part. And this just adds to your look. Now I'm going to see how the coffee stain looks. Now you can go ahead and sand all the way down too if you want to. And I may do some more sanding right now. I'm just going to do this part. Hello, thank you for the hearts. Hey, Donna, how are you today? Hey, Diana. No, Jackie, I still hadn't got to that, hon. I will announce it when I'm going to do that. It's just been too much going on. Too much going on. Now, we get through all this in this weekend, I hope to plan. All right, we're about to get this all sanded up. There we go. I'm liking it. I like some sanding. That is good therapy right there. Good therapy. So now we got them looking more primitive. All right, we'll do a little bit on our roof, on the roofs, but let's let them dry a little bit. They still feel a little bit damp. I'm going to get this off. We don't have that all over everything, so get that off. All right, let's get that in the garbage can. There we go. All right, and we'll sand these in a minute. We'll go ahead and do these. Now, I think before I put the roof on, and before a coffee stain, I'm going to go ahead and put some windows on here. So I want some windows and a door. And I'm going to use my stencil, I believe, to do that. I think I can do better with the stencils. I think we'll do that. So I think we'll first do a door. Then we'll get to these other two pieces. I'm thinking we're going to do that. So I'm thinking I'll do my door with a couple of these. I think I'm going to use this big one for the door. And then I'll put some windows in there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do with a stencil. I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to do it that way than the other. All right. So we're going to use our black. And I'm just going to dip my paintbrush in the paint and take some off. You want to take it off, y'all. You do not want it really heavy. You can always go back over it. Sometimes it gets too light. Just do it more. Okay? So I'm going to hold this on and make me a door here. See if I can kind of get in the middle. This is my what I thought might work best for me. Maybe I could do that. Okay. I may not have gotten, well, I may have gotten enough. That may be enough. Let's see. And it's okay if it looks kind of primitive and it's not solid. That is okay. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. So let's see if we can go up one. Go right here, right up against that other one. Let's see if we got it right. If not, you can fill in. So I'm not going to do it real dark right now. I think I'm just going to try this. I got to make it go down to the other one though. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now we got it to meet better. That'll do. Let's get a little bit more. Take a little off again. Less is more, y'all. Less is more. Okay, that looks okay. I won't say it's perfect, but we'll make it work. It looks very primitive for sure, right? Oh, that'll work. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm okay with it. So I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to make some little windows. And we could draw some lines, but I just would rather stencil it on, y'all, because I'm just not good with doing the lines. Now I'm thinking our windows, they're probably going to have to be pretty good size on this one. So maybe we'll do a set. Yeah, we might have to do a set here, and then may have to bring another one down. Kind of think we're going to do that. I never have used a stencil doing this before. I'm just going to kind of make it work. We're going to make it work. Going with it. Going with it. Okay. I think it'll be big enough size. And they're going to probably look very primitive, and that's okay. Oh, it did. Let's see if I can put one in between. That's kind of big. I think I'm just going to do the next set. I'm going to just do, I think we'll just put the 2. I think I'm okay with the 2. I might go back and draw one in, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with just putting not have to put, just put what you want. The stencil works really well, and this stencil is called A Day at the Races. And you can also get that from Paint Pixie. It is a vintage retail therapy by Mara stencil, and you can get that from my Paint Pixie as well. I'm okay with it, y'all. I'm okay with it. I'm gonna do 2 more. I'm okay. I won't say it's perfect, but it's a vintage, primitive. It isn't supposed to look perfect, so it's okay. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Chris. Hey, Patty. Hey, Sunshine. How are you today? Hope you're good. All right, y'all. Okay, let's see. Got those. I'm just kind of, you know, getting them back. Okay, and let's see how much room was it there. I did those 2. Went down. Okay, maybe one more set under here. Let me see if I've got enough. Yeah, I'm gonna put another set here. How much room did I have between that? About right there. Let's see. Yeah, about right there. Let's see if that looks good. I think it is. Yeah, I think if we put that one there, that'll kind of line that up. Yep. Okay. Let's bring it down a little bit. All right, we're going to make it work. Listen, if it doesn't work, paint over it and start again. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. If it doesn't work, just do it again. And don't get yourself so upset if things don't work out. And you know, stenciling is something you can paint over and paint back over. So don't let that bother you. If I can't speak to you, I'm kind of getting busy here. Hey, Donna from Cypress Designs. Thank you. Okay. That's pretty close. I won't say they're perfect, but I think it's pretty, it looks pretty good to me. It looks good enough to me. How about y'all? We're going to put our coffee stain on too, but we'll let that one dry. Let's work on this one. We may have a few more. Now, some people put a window in the middle. So you can do that. You can put 3 across. Whatever you feel you want to do. Just do you. Do you. That one's going to come down like that. So we're going to start this one about, I think I'll do these the same size. Yeah, I think they'll be good. I'm going to do that one right there. Yeah. We're just going to keep working with it. We're just going to work with it. You see how I'm taking a lot of the paint off. You do not want a lot of paint at all. And primitive, you're not going to have a lot of paint. So just remember, the primitive look is not going to be as dark as you would do something else. You want it very, very primitive looking. They used a lot of black, a lot of reds, and not a ton of paint to make it very dark. Okay, those did okay. Let's do our door on this one, and then I'll know where to put those other windows. So this one may not need a door as big as the big one. So we may do it a little shorter. And I've got very little paint in here. I'm thinking we might not want our door as tall on this. Okay, I got to get down here a little bit. I got up a little bit too much. Let's see, we'll make it a little bit taller. And you can always go and add some paint if you need to. So let's do this about this size instead of as big as the other. I have to put some more paint in here. I'm about out of paint. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, I'm going to do that door just a little bit more down this way. Got a little bit too high. Okay, that's still, all right, I'm going to have to get a little bit more black paint out in the licorice. Okay. Let's get this. Let's dab off. As you've seen some other people doing today, you got to dab it, dab it, dab it. You got to hardly have any paint in there at all. Okay, that filled that in. Okay, we got our door. Let's do a couple more windows. Down from this one was right there. We'll move down a little bit. And I'm still going to use what's in my brush. If you can't do checks, like I can't do them very well, this is a great stencil for that. I love this stencil. Now I can do checks. It's got little bitty ones and everything. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. There we go. All right, let's see what time we got. 3:31. Before we do that one, let's go ahead and plan on getting these with our roof, and then we get to that other one. I don't mind the windows. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Looks okay to me. All right, let me get this. This is the side we're using. And I'm going to sand off the edges on this too. Now, I still may put some coffee stain on it, so we'll be okay. Just sand you just a little bit. I love this look. I'm like Tracy. I love all this look. Now, if you wanted to, you could sand a little bit more on your roof. If you want to put a little bit more, you can just go over it a little bit and make it a little rougher. Now, I think this is a little rough for that, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of that. But if you want it a little rougher, you can do that, okay? I may go back and once put the coffee stain on there, it might be okay. So our little roof is just going to sit on here. We're going to do it in glue. And I will go back and paint underneath here in the black so that you can't see that. So I'll go back and do that. We're going to use some wood glue in the tight bond, quick and thick. And then we will go back with some hot glue. Just going to put a little of this and rub it on. Just need just a tad. Don't want to mix our glue, but we might need a tad of hot glue. And I'm going to see if I can get it to stick with just our, that is stinking cute. Stinking cute. So it needs to be over just a little bit. That's why I hadn't put any hot glue on it yet. I'm kind of line it up, y'all. Line it up. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I think that's going to stick because that tight bond sticks quickly. Look how stinking cute it is. Now, let's put our little star on. Now, I do not have but 2 of these stars, so I don't know if I'll put one on that small one. I might just put something else on there. So, we'll see. Let me get my glue tool. Thank y'all for being with me today. I certainly appreciate you all being here and floating those hearts. Float me a heart if y'all are liking this cute little house. I see those hearts coming. All right, we're going to put this little star right here. They usually have a little star on them. Okay, so you can do it wonky or you can do it like that. And I have some little crows, and I probably will put a crow too. Some little crows that Kimberly sent me, some little stickers. Okay, we might do a little bit more on that. I'm liking it. Isn't it cute? I like it. All right, let's do this one. Let's see, was this the big one? That might have been the one that went on that. Maybe that's why it was not looking exactly right. Y'all, I just used glue, remember? So we got enough that we can put this on this one. How about that? This is the one that goes on here. I was going to say that looked kind of small. Yep, this is it. This one goes on here. Got it mixed up. See, I didn't put any hot glue, so I was able to pull that right back off. Pull it right back off. Okay, we'll get the other star. We'll put it on. We're doing it. There we go. Try not to knock that coffee over. That glue tool is... There it goes. All right, let's put this star right here. I put that star on, I thought, wait, I remember that top being bigger. Now we've got the correct top. There we go, that looks better. Let's put some more glue back on this. I'm glad I just used the glue instead of hot glue. Now, see, sometimes your gut tells you the right thing to do there. Okay. This one will go here. There we go. Get it kind of lined up there. Cute, cute, cute. We'll do these two, and I'll go back and finish the last one. When I take a picture, you'll see all of them. Oh, that one's cute too. All right. Let's put that over there for right now. Excuse me, y'all. Allergies. And let's grab our little crows here. So might use these little crows. These are flying. Let's see. Let's put, I think this little crow will work. Maybe we'll put it on the star so you can see it. These are some that Kimberly sent me. Let me wipe my hands. I mean, I've got glue on there and they're kind of sticking. What do y'all think? Y'all liking it? Yes, you can paint the star in gold if you want to. It doesn't have to be red. Any color that you want to use. Any color. Does not matter what color. Does not. Okay, let's take this one. Let's see. I think they're stickers. Yeah, they are. Let's take this little sticker. And I'll probably add some glue to it. I think I'll just put him up here. I think he'll be okay. Let me see what y'all think of the sticker. What do y'all think of the crow? Cute? You love them, Sandy. Thank you. So I'm going to wait and see if I like the crow. I got to make myself know if I like it or not. But let's put a little coffee grunge on here. May have to add a little bit of hot glue. It's sticking now. Let's put a little bit of hot glue right up under here. Right in here, just a little bit. There we go. Okay, that'll give it a little hold there. Yeah, there we go. Because it hadn't quite dried yet. Tell me if y'all like the crow. Give me a heart if y'all like the little crow. I could probably paint some. Okay, I think that one's holding pretty good. Y'all give me a heart if y'all like the crow. This one's holding pretty well. So that one looks good. And hey, Crafting with Downstairs with Nancy, I think I saw. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Crafting with Shelly, I said hello to you. Hey, Irma. Good to see you. You like the crow? I kind of like him too. I think the crows are kind of cute. So there's two different kinds. That one's flying. Then I've got this one. So I like this one too. Let me get this one of these off. Let's see if I can get these off. Here he comes. Come on. Come on, little fella. We need you to come on off of there. It's a little sticker. He's not wanting to come off. I think it's a little sticker. The other ones were little stickers. I think these are little stickers. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. maybe you have to, I don't know, I guess I'll figure it out. Miss Kimberly's probably going to have to tell me how. Oh, there we go. Got it. I knew there had to be another trick to it because I could see it. There we go. I figured it out. Look how cute this one is. And I'm going to put it right here on the star. I think, maybe. Let's see. Let's put it over here. I'll put it down here. There's the other little crow. So you got to put some crows. Got to have some crows. Okay, let's put a little bit of coffee stain and see if we like it. Because we're going to run. We got 5 minutes, so we're good. We're doing good. Good. And then I've got a little planter that I made to put in front of them. I just made it out of some little blocks. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Okay, let's take our brush and let's put a little coffee stain on here and see if we like it. So I put a little extra coffee in it, but it's still kind of melted in. It didn't make it real thick. You could put a little glue if you want to, but I just wanted these just to have a little coffee stain, not really a glue on them. This is just going to give it a little bit of darkness. You can use dark wax. You can use the coffee. This just smells so delicious, y'all. My husband comes in and goes, oh, something smells so good. It's the coffee stain in our house that's everywhere. My kitchen's full of it. And he'll go, oh, it smells so good in here. And he'll go, is that coffee stain? Yes, it is coffee stain. So let's just put a little bit over our crow. And that's going to kind of blend it in a little bit. Over our star. And you can always go back and put more. I kind of like the coffee stain on there. I think it's going to be pretty. I like it. It smells delicious for sure. So there's our coffee stain. It doesn't look real dark against this, but it's going to dry and it'll be a little, it'll give it a little antique look. And sometimes you have to put more than one coat. So that's going to give us a little antique on it. I'm going to dry it up a little bit so we can see. So we've got time. I think I touched right there with some glue. How cute are these? Piece of block, a little piece of wood for the top, a star. And these stars came from my friend Leah at Make All the Things With Me. And I think Leah's going to be on as well. I believe she took a time. But I might want a little bit more right here where I kind of sanded that. And I might give it another sand. I may give it another sand. Because I kind of like mine sanded. But I got these 2 done. And then we'll work on that other one. That'll be fun. While I'm watching the next person, I'll be working on my other. And let's go ahead and stain our little piece here. This is just going to be a little planter. It's just going to sit there and put a few plants in it. Some red, white, and blue. All we're going to do with that. Got it smelling delicious. And then I made a little flag, and y'all made one flag that didn't really look patriotic. The other one I did, and I'm thinking I might put it either in the planter or I could make it off of the house. You know how you have a flag hanging on your house? It's not to scale or anything else. Just, you know, don't judge. It's just a craft. It's just a craft. Now, I'm liking the coffee stain on here, y'all. It smells so delicious in here. I'm thinking I might want to sand a little bit more, though, on those sides. I'm going to look at it when I get off. Kind of may do that. Look how cute. Now, here's my little flag. I'm going to just lay that one down. Let me get a little coffee stain off the hands before we get it on everything else. Here's my little flag, and y'all, I just used some material that I had. I'm going to coffee stain it a little bit because this one hadn't been coffee stained. I'm going to give it a little coffee stain because y'all know I love that look and the primitive look. And I just put it on a toothpick. That's all it's just on a toothpick. And I'm thinking of flying that off the house or here under the roof. What do y'all think under the roof? Give me a heart if y'all like it right there. It could go right there, or I could cut this off a little bit and have it flying from up here on the roof, which might look crazy. I don't know. But y'all tell me what y'all think. And then, or it could fly out to the side right here. You like it to the side? Yeah, I see the hearts. Y'all like it on the side. Okay, we're just going to put it right here under the... I'm going to cut it off just a little bit. And then I'm just going to glue it under my roof there. And then that will be all from me. Hey, Marianne. Good to see you. I'm glad to see you today. Welcome on in. Thank you. I'm excited you're here too. Y'all make my day. The ladies were talking to me the other day and they go, oh, how does it feel like talking to the camera and stuff? I said, oh, my ladies just make you feel smart. I got ladies and gentlemen, but mostly ladies. They just make you feel so comfortable and make you feel so good when you're crafting, and they're your friends. And so there you go, y'all. I will fix that a little bit. I might have to put a little bit more glue on it. It looks like it kind of broke. I think I broke it. I think I held it too tight. But y'all just imagine that it's there. I'm going to hang my little flag out to the side. And got this one done. And then I will work on the other one. I'm going to put a few little flowers in this, a little greenery and flowers, and that'll be done. And that's just going to sit out in front of our in between. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day. Hey, there you are, Nancy. I knew I saw you. Hey, Crafting Mom's Corner Market. Good to see you today. Thank you for sprinkling. First time watching you. Well, Mary Ann, I'm so glad you're here to join me. Be sure and hit that follow button. Hey, there's my friend Brenda. Y'all stay tuned. Next Creator Zone right now. Love y'all. I broke that as soon as I put it on. Great. Broke that one as soon as I put it on. Goodness, I'm going to take that off and redo it. But that's all right. It's just a toothpick. We can make another one. Thank you so much for being with me on YouTube today. Be sure and hit that heart and a thumbs up and make me a comment, and I will go back and read the rest of those. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day. Thank you.